Hi, and welcome once again to Coming Distractions, Columbus Alive's twice weekly entertainment video segment. I'm Chris DeVille.
I'm John Ross.
We've got a fair amount of stuff to talk about today.
Yeah. First, as we bring you every Tuesday, we got some CDs for you. I've been rocking the new Dropkick Murphys. The album is called The Meanest of Times. It's actually on their own record label this time around. It's called Born and Bred Records. They are coming to the Newport on Wednesday, so be sure and get tickets for that because they're really one of the best punk bands and longest-lasting punk bands on the circuit. And this, you know what you're getting. I mean, with the Dropkick Murphys, you've got East Coast Celtic-influenced punk. You've got pretty straightforward guitar riffs in the lines of a lot of Epitaph bands. And then they really, on this album, let their ethnicity shine through, and there's a lot of great accordion and bagpipe riffs on this record, and they don't lose any of the rocking. So definitely check that out again Wednesday at the Newport, and the album is in stores now.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't come to the Irish Fest this year.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
But yeah, I've been listening to the new release from Savy Fav. It's a band that hasn't really made that like indie to mainstream crossover that a lot of similar peer bands have. But they also haven't put out a new record in 6 years, so that might be part of the problem. This new record, Let's Stay Friends, is on their own French Kiss label. Let me tell you a little bit about this band. If you're not familiar with Savy Fav, they're one of the most ridiculous live acts I've ever seen. The thing I remember most about them is when I saw them in New York one time, the singer Tim Harrington stuck a microphone down his pants and grabbed someone in the crowd and held him up to his crotch and made him sing into the microphone through his pants. The dude looks like a gym teacher. He's like this fat, bald guy who seriously looks like a gym teacher. And so their live spectacle has always been really great. But it's only recently that they've really figured out how to capture that on record. And I think on this one song on their new album, The Equestrian is the name of the song. I think it might be the best thing they've ever done as far as like capturing that power. The album as a whole, it does a little bit too much experimenting for my taste. Go a little bit into balladry that they probably shouldn't have been doing, but it's still worth picking up, especially for longtime fans. I think you'll really enjoy it.
I've also been rocking the Grayskul album, Bloody Radio. It's a Rhymesayers release. Judging from the cover, which is kind of almost looks like an Atreyu cover because it's got kind of a vampiric nature to it, I thought it was going to be really kind of dark and really interesting. And along the lines of maybe like a Cannibal Ox or a Cloud Dead, their press release had said that they wanted to kind of break down the boundaries of hip-hop and add a lot of new sounds. And for the most part, it doesn't do any of that, unfortunately. I would have liked to see something along those lines. But for the most part, the beats are solid. The rhymes are a little clunky, but definitely a record to at least download a few songs of and put it on at a house party mix. I feel
like it's getting a little more acceptable to have clunky rhymes as long as you have good beats.
Yeah, and
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
And it's two guys, Count Draven and Count Magnus. Again, you go back to the vampire.
That's so absurd.
That's pretty ridiculous. But and they luckily have enough clout in the Rhymesayers crew to bring along like Cage and Slug and Aesop Rock. So, you might want to check it out. Give it a listen. I'd probably give it a B-. Whereas I gave the Dropkick Murphys, I think, an A-. Also, as far as live music, we wanted to tell you about some weekday shows that are going on. Columbus Symphony Week will have shows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, starting at 11:30 on the State House lawn. So definitely maybe grab a sack lunch and go head on over there. Shows are free and should be pretty cool.
A little bit of a change of pace from what we normally talk about here.
Yeah, I mean, from talking to the Symphony people, they're very adamant about connecting with new audiences and reconnecting with older ones that already maybe go to one of the more formal shows, and this is a chance for them to give back to the community with a couple of free shows. So again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 11:30 on the State House lawn.
I think that about does it for the midweek edition. We'll see you next time.